Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Quick History. Today we're going to take a look at the war at sea. As always, there's a free handout in the description below, and make sure you click on subscribe if you'd like to see more GCSE history based revision content. Let's get into the details. The war at sea was a crucial element of the First World War. Whoever controlled the sea had a distinct advantage, and both Germany and Britain spent a great deal of time, energy and money in ensuring that they could get control of the oceans. Because Germany and Britain both relied on imports for their successful continuation of the war, they required, for example, on food and medicines and ammunition and weaponry coming in from abroad. Control of the sea would mean that your side could continue to be fed, clothed and equipped while starving your opposition of those very same resources. British tactics during the war at sea was to establish a naval blockade in the North Sea. This meant that any ship that tried to get into Germany would be sank by the British Navy, and any ship that tried to leave Germany would likewise be sank. The effect of this was twofold. First, any supplies that Germany were trying to import, for example food, weaponry, clothing or ammunition, would simply be turned around by the Royal Navy or sank to the bottom of the North Sea. Also, it meant that German ships were not able to get out, and effectively meant that the German Navy were trapped in its ports. The naval blockade was tremendously successful. It worked. Coal, oil, steel, fertilizers, all things which were vital for the German war effort, could not be imported into Germany. Food was in short supply, and approximately 400,000 Germans during the First World War died of starvation. Germany's tactics during the war at sea was to use their U-boats, what we would refer to as submarines. As the German Navy could not get out due to the naval blockade, the only way in which Germany could conduct operations on the sea was to sail underneath the blockade using their U-boats. On two occasions during the First World War, in 1915 and in 1917, Germany declared unrestricted submarine warfare. This meant that any ship that was thought to be sailing towards Britain was liable to be sank by the German Navy through the torpedoes of their U-boats. This had both successes and limitations. In 1917, for example, it was thought that the U-boat campaign was so successful in sinking British imports that Britain only had about 6 weeks of food supplies remaining. It was possible that Britain could be starved out of the war. However, there were also limitations. In 1915, the German Navy sank the boat the Lusitania, which was a passenger liner sailing from America to Britain. Unfortunately for the Germans, 128 Americans were on board, and this event began the beginning of feelings of resentment towards Germany in America, and was certainly remembered and formed part of the reason why America joined the war so devastatingly against Germany in 1917. Join me in the next video where we're going to take a look at the Battle of Jutland, the one and only significant naval warfare which took place during the First World War. I'll see you there.